how do you decide how much time to spend on each social media channel, blogging, and so on? First of all, look at your existing metrics for your Facebook page, for your email newsletters, for your Google Analytics, whatever you can get your hands on, and figure out what is my audience doing right now, and how much of it is because of what we are doing deliberately. In other words, are they looking at our Facebook page because we are maintaining it and updating it and putting good information there? Are they looking at certain parts of the website because they're the best parts of the website, or because they're the most Google friendly, or because they're the things that are most clearly displayed on the front page, and X% of the traffic comes into the front page and then gets funneled to the biggest photo on the screen or the easiest to click headers on the menu or so on. Once you figure out what your audience behavior is, then you can pour more energy into the ones that are working, and B, you can either drop the ones that aren't working or tweak those so they get better traffic, better click-through rates, more time on site, more time looking at advertising. So let's take video, for instance. If video traffic isn't where you want it to be, if people are clicking off videos too soon, if they're only looking at one narrow category within your videos and you have 5 different categories of information you're sharing out there, it may be because a video is too hard to load. Like, I didn't try it on my phone. I tried it on my computer, but I haven't tried it on my phone. But I noticed it looked like a proprietary player, though some of the videos were from like Vimeo or YouTube or something. But, is the mobile experience terrible, and that's why people aren't looking at the video? Or is it just because they're not placed high enough on the page? Like, I saw one blog post where the video was at the end, and then most of the video posts I saw, it was just video and then like a paragraph or so just explaining what the context of the video was. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out, what is my audience doing, and what do I want the audience to do? Do I want them to look at the site longer? Do I want them to look at specific categories of information? Do I want them to click on ads? And what are they going to do regardless of whatever I ask them to do? Like, no matter what, they're going to always gravitate towards Facebook because they're on Facebook anyway, and they're on our site, less than 1% of the time. So does it make sense that we've got to pour more resources into Facebook, whether it's more frequent updates, or different types of posts in Facebook, or boosted posts like paying for a bigger audience for each post, or advertising on Facebook? Ultimately, that's also one of those ongoing questions where you have to figure out, okay, this year we're spending 30% of our time and resources on Facebook. Next year, it's going to be different. You might have to spend 35%, or you may spend 25%, because Facebook's changing, and the audience is changing, and people's behavior is changing. Like, one of the biggest questions among media companies is, like, how much time do we put into Snapchat? I'm willing to bet your target audience is not on Snapchat. And most media organizations, like, the target audience isn't going to be on Snapchat. But for the subset that are, they have to at least start the channel, observe the behavior, and figure out how their content translates into a story that makes sense on Snapchat. Yeah, I mean, the better you know your audience behavior, the easier it is to figure out, okay, how much time do I got to spend putting the content together in a format that makes sense for them.